Hey, what's up, dirty people? Thought I'd come at you this week with a little bit more of a video feature. Thought it'd be kind of fun to put a little image up on the screen here. I was finishing up tomorrow's story. It's Sunday night. And it's real simple, short and sweet, to the point. It's not really a story, I guess. It'd be more of a an informational, I guess you call it these days. But it's about what we're all kind of going through right now. We're in the heart of summer. I mean, not right in the middle of it, but we're there, right? The kids are out of school. I don't have kids, but I know that's a big thing. The days are super long. There's a lot of energy going around. Everybody's all trying to get out and do, and we've got to plan for whether it's birthday parties, and then we've got to go to all these different camps and soccer practice, I'm assuming, and then we want to see everybody and have cookouts, and then we got vacations, and there's a million things going on all the time. And a lot of times the dog can get kind of forgotten about in the summer. It's hot. They only can really go exercise. I mean, I know my boys can. I mean, it was 102 today on the thermostat here. So early in the morning, or right about right now in the late evening, is really when they get the majority of their exercise. And let me tell you, they know it. They know that in the heat of the day, there's just, there's not a lot they're going to be able to do. The dog days of summer, right? So I thought it would be fun this week, just kind of go back to the basics. What are we really doing, when it comes to learning about our dogs? And I know I get kind of in the weeds at times with some of these stories. Just bear with me. I appreciate that. And thanks for subscribing still, because I know they can be tough, but I really do appreciate the support. It means a lot. But when it comes down to just the fundamentals of what I'm trying to do with these stories is go over what we really learn about our boys, our dogs, our pups, our fur friends. And the truth is, for me, the first three things that came up was grounding, being a copycat, and to enjoy our time with them. And I want to go over kind of what those mean, right? So if we think about what grounding is, I'm not sure if any of y'all are familiar with that term. I'm not a therapist. I don't want to try to give the academic definition here, but basically it's just about being present. It is related to feeling your body where you are in relation to the earth. That's kind of the way I interpret it. I'm sure there's a better definition for all you Googlers. Google ahead. But basically the way I see it is we want to be as grounded as we can in reminding us just for a second, in almost a meditative state, what we're doing, where we are, what we're doing. And a lot of times it for me means taking your shoes off and just kind of walking around on the earth. Not so much concrete, not so much in your house, but literally in the grass. And there's a reason that we all go to the beach and we just feel good. It's obviously you've got the sun and it's the beach and cocktails and all the beer you can drink. But there's a lot more to that in terms of why we enjoy so much just looking out at an empty body of water, your feet in the sand. It actually does something to us from a human nature standpoint, a nervous system standpoint, calms us down, brings us to present day, where we are, and it can really change your direction for the day from an attitude perspective. So think about it from a grounding perspective. Dogs do not have shoes. They have paws, and they're constantly being grounded. They're constantly on surfaces where they are solely connected to the planet that they were made for, just like us. But we're the only animal species that wears shoes. Wears any kind of clothes, really, obviously. So if you think about it, something that simple gets lost in translation into fashion statements and comfort that we forget that we are just animals at the end of the day. And what a lesson we can learn from our dogs, that they are constantly being grounded with themselves wherever they go. So that's something simple. Look into it. Just remind yourself. Maybe take your shoes off, go walk around in the mud and the dirt and the grass and the sand, wherever you are. And just enjoy it for a second. Be a kid again. It's fun. And while you're doing it, you'll be thinking about being barefoot in the grass. And that in itself is a meditative present state. You'll be grounding yourself. pretty cool. So next is being a copycat. All right, so this one's something that I struggle with sometimes, because usually it always comes up to be a copycat with your dog when you really are struggling with something. That's just every time I've done this, and this is something that I've come up with, and it works really well for me. It happened today, actually. We were fixing the air conditioning unit, and I had to just slow down for a minute. And a lot of times, if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's really awesome for me. I've noticed, I can't speak for everybody, but if we have something to look towards, right? If we have that's what I'd like to be doing right now, or that's where I can go. And today we jump on our cell phone, right? We all know that. So one of the things that I have noticed is I have gotten to a place where if I can notice the fact that I'm overwhelmed, if I can feel like, okay, I'm getting stressed out, or not even that, you don't have to be stressed out or overwhelmed or even depressed or anxious or whatever it is, but just like if you can notice that there's no agenda here right now, like nothing's getting accomplished right now, there's no more work I can do, but I need something. What do I need? Look at your dog and literally just do what they're doing. If they're coming to you and they're saying, hey, I need to go outside for a walk, and you're going, oh man, I'm so tired, I don't need, just the last thing I want to do right now is take you for a walk. I bet you it's probably not the last thing that you need. I can totally relate to the times where it's like, gosh dang it, I wish I could slip them an Ambien and they're just done, right? But 9 times out of 10 it's just not the case. And I'm not giving dogs Ambien, by the way, so don't. But a lot of times, if you just copy them, they're mirroring back to you exactly what you need for yourself. So just think about that. There's a reason that a lot of times dogs that have social anxiety, it's all coming from us, right? It's all that stuff comes from us. And so it's just a really, really cool thing that I've noticed. And almost 9 times out of 10, I'd say 100% of the time, they're right with me. There's no question. I spend so much time with them. So that is definitely something that can be, especially in the summer and the heat of things, right? When there's so much chaos that can go down at any second. So just keep that in mind. If you're finding some time, like what can I do? What do I need to do right now for myself? I'm feeling overwhelmed or just whatever. A lot of times, if just look at your dog. If they're resting, go rest. If they're eating, maybe go eat. If they're peeing on a tire, pee on a tire. I mean, no, but so yeah. And then the third thing is to remember that enjoy the summer. Enjoy this time, right? We get so caught up in so much that's happening. Just remember that they enjoy everything that they're doing 9 times out of 10. I'm not talking about the off moments here. But when they're throwing the ball, they're having the greatest time of their life, right? When they're swimming, they're having the greatest time ever. When they're riding in the truck with you, they're just having a good time. They're having a good time all the time, man. That is where we really need to be. They don't have all these other distractions. We all know those kinds of dog tales, right? These animals don't have to deal with what we do, but they deal with a good bit. And in their own world, they deal with a good bit. But they still just seem to enjoy where they are. And so remember that when you're doing your summer cookouts, or you got to go to parties, you want to go to parties, but you may have to do some things you don't feel like trying to do. And the kids they want to go to the jump zones, and they're, out and about, and everybody's doing everything. It sounds a lot easier than it is. Well, it's like, Johnson, we're going on vacation. Of course we're going to enjoy our vacation. And of course we're going to enjoy doing these things. But the reality is a lot of that can be super stressful. Listen, I own a travel business. I can assure you that vacation is not always a vacation. And a lot of times you need a vacation from your vacation. So just keep in mind that I think it's something that we constantly get bombarded with is we're supposed to be happy all the time. And that's just simply not true. But try to enjoy the small stuff. Try to just enjoy where you are, what you're doing, just a little bit the way your dogs would, because sometimes it really is all we need, just that little base level of happiness. Say, I'm just going to enjoy cooking dinner right now. Why not? Why not just enjoy it? Why not try something a little different with it? Maybe burn it. That's my case usually. So if we can just maybe enjoy getting a flight delayed, try to enjoy it. Crazy, right? But just try to enjoy it. Everybody gets so up in arms and, you know, frustrated a lot of times, and it's super easy to do that because your flight's delayed and that sucks and throws a kink in your plans. But your dog would probably be just chilling at the airport. He'd probably go get a beer. He might try to make more new friends, whatever. I mean, try to enjoy it because there's a lot going on. There's too much to be thankful for, grateful for. That the reality is, if we can't enjoy some of those snafus, we're really going to have a tough time. And your dog would totally enjoy the snafus. So try to do that. Grounding, copycat, just enjoy. Thanks so much for subscribing. Really does mean the world. And we'll hope to do these videos more. This is a lot of fun. And thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. So have a great summer.